that I do not believe that enough of us, I don't believe enough of us hear enough of this mentality, because for whatever reason, honestly, I don't even know. But when you come into this meeting, we are speaking about the true product of Primerica Financial Services. You know, the emblem looks like this. And one thing I saw is that this one stands for life. This one stands for investments. Can anybody in the chat tell me what the third circle stands for in the chat? And honestly, Shondell, I can't see the chat. What does the third, huh?
No one said anything.
What does the third circle stand for? Give your best guess. Yeah, guess.
Recruiting or prospecting. That's what Jeff said.
Exactly. Really, it's distribution. That's what that stands for. I'm using my finger, sorry. Distribution. When you come into this Zoom meeting, we are speaking about the real product of Primerica Financial Services, and it's distribution. It's not life, it's not mortgages, it's not identity theft protection, it's not variable annuities, it's not mutual funds, college 529s, it's none of that. It's distribution. And I wanted to start off with something a little off topic. We're going to get into our training here in a second, but it's turning the snooze button off. So many people in Primerica have a snooze button. You think about it. I had one for the first 2 years of being in this business. A snooze button. It's just my snooze button was distractions. Your snooze button might be something else. It might be family obligations. It might be other distractions. Hey, I gotta watch my football on Sundays. I gotta watch college on Saturday, and I gotta watch, I gotta watch football on Sundays. It might be vacations. Okay, there's a new Primerica available today. It's called the Virtual Primerica, which allows us to do things that Samir, Dante, right, Shaq never could. Samir was just telling me about how they were bound to the Northern Virginia area for a decade, basically. And now we can run our business from literally anywhere in the country. In the world, really. But perhaps people think that it's okay to take a vacation too soon, right? It's a snooze button. When you wake up in the morning and your alarm clock turns on, you press the snooze button. And that's what a lot of people are doing with their Primerica businesses today. We have people in our business, guys, you guys don't even know, that are making $50,000 a year, right? Shondell and I's present income. But the thing is, doing nothing for the last 15 years straight, overriding one person. Can you believe that? One person. You could trip, fall, and get lucky and find one person, right? Jeff Brooks, if I told you keep your job, okay, but simultaneously try to go out there and find somebody that's hungry, motivated, and excited to build something of value that continues to pay you even when you stop working. Okay, if I told you go look for one person like that, and it took you 2 years to find that one person, But when you find that one person, it paid you $50,000 for the rest of your life doing nothing. Would you say, no, I don't want that?
No, it'd still be worth it. I'd totally do it.
You do it, right? People don't understand, and they need to understand what we have available in front of us. It's an opportunity to build something called a perpetual money machine. A perpetual money machine. And this is something, because we're talking about prospecting here, okay? What's more important than prospecting? I swear I don't know it. Like, prospecting is more important than even mastering product knowledge. Do you understand that? Because you could be the smartest person on product knowledge in the world. No one knows who you are. No one knows who your product, what your product is. Look, prospecting is the most important thing you could ever master. And we're going to get to that. But when you're prospecting, what exactly are you saying to the prospects when they ask you, what do you do? Well, what's the business about? What is a perpetual money machine, right? We'll get into that, but think about that. $50,000 a year for the rest of your life. Do you know people work 15, 20, 30 years in the military for that? And some of them get shot at. Did you know people do that same thing as police officers? Firefighters. Okay, I have a flag football team that I sponsor, and there's firefighters on our team. Man, these guys, at the beckoning call of an alarm, they wake up, they gotta shimmy on down that pole like no, I'm just kidding. But they gotta shimmy on down that pole and go fight some fires. And teachers, what do they got to deal with? They got to deal with little Joshies. Can you imagine? Think of me now, and imagine that as a energetic 7, 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old kid. Lord have mercy. That's what these people, and they work 20, 30 years for what? For the chance of $3,000 a month after taxes, plus a $1,500 Social Security check. To me, that seems like the same situation. And how long did they work for that? 20, 30 years. And some of them got shot at, and some of them got ill because their bodies just got overwhelmed with stress. What can people do here? You can trip, fall, and get lucky and find somebody, one person that you can override for the rest. 2 years, not 20, 30 years, 2 years. If you're focused, it'll pay you $50,000 a year for the rest of your life. I want you guys to imagine something. Imagine you came over to my garage and you saw my Toyota in the garage. You saw, other stuff, my little freezer. You saw other stuff just lying around. And then you saw some package that looked a little awkward, a little unique. You said, "What's that? What's that, Josh?" And I told you, "Oh, that's my perpetual money machine." And you said, "Well, what's that? I never heard of that before." Yeah, what does it do? Well, if I assemble it, it'll pay me $100,000 a year for the rest of my life. Really? Assemble that machine, it'll pay you $100,000 for the rest of your life? Yep, that's what I'm saying. Well, are there any instructions on the box? Like, does it come with a manual? Actually, there's an assembly class once a week on Saturday mornings. And there's an assembly school once every 3 months. And at these assembly classes and assembly schools, they teach you how to do it faster, actually. Well, how much did it cost? $99. $99? Well, how come you haven't assembled it yet? Well, I get busy, come on, Jeff. I've got the family. I've got my job. I've got church. I've got sports. I've got better things to do sometimes. It's just, it's a little difficult to figure out. So come on, Jeff, you know me, buddy. I gotta go to the bar and drinks with the buddies every now and then. I got happy hour. I got my kids. Folks, who benefits from you building a perpetual money machine? Not just you, not just your kids, but your grandkids. It's something that you can pass down. We have been trained, right, to assemble someone else's perpetual money machine. We'll work nights, weekends, overnight. There are some people on my team that work overnight. That is insane to me. For someone else, but won't work as hard on their own perpetual money machine. What's more important? What is more important? Tell me. You tell me what is more important than you building your own perpetual money machine? What is more important than that? If I gave someone a perpetual money machine, gave it to them for free, and they just left it in their garage, the machine that will print out money whenever you want it to, $100,000 minimum a year forever for the rest of your life, and you left it in your garage all dusty, spider webs, all that, you never even touched it. What does that say to the person that gave you the perpetual money machine? It's like a spit in the face, right? Guys, I'm gonna do a whole separate training on this next week. That was just a preview to it. But when someone asks me, Josh, what do you do? What do you do, Josh? I own a business. I own a business is what I say. And they ask me, oh, what's your business about? What do you sell? Oh, I sell perpetual money machines. Have you ever heard of one of those? See, you guys say, oh, I do life insurance. Oh, I do investments. No. I sell perpetual money machines to whoever wants to learn about them. I sell perpetual money machines. But for those of you that want to learn how to assemble one of these perpetual money machines, as I, Shondell, and everyone else on this Zoom, this is not just for Zoom, but for YouTube as well. Okay, if you want to learn how to assemble a perpetual money machine, step number 1 of the manual is when you prospect, you prosper. So let's get into some of the details of prospecting. So there's 3 reasons why you need to master prospecting. And guess how long it takes you to master prospecting? About 10 minutes. 10 minutes. After that, it doesn't matter if you're, good at talking. Oh, I'm not that good at talking. I'm not as good as you at talking, Josh. Doesn't matter. I wasn't very good, nor did I care really, because it's not about what you say as much as it is about how many times you say it, right? 10 minutes to master what to say, okay? But the reasons why you must do it as many times as possible, talk to everybody you know, is 1, longevity and generational wealth. For those of you that have been working since you were able to work, tell me what you have to show for it. Give me some things that you have to show for all of those years of work. Is it a savings account? If so, is it over 100 grand? Is it an investment account like a 401k? Is it company stock? Do you have any of that? And do you have any passive income from all the sweat equity you have put into your jobs over the last few years? Do you have passive income in return? Did the boss award you passive income? If the answer is no, you must prospect a whole lot more to create longevity. Longevity of income rather than efforts. Okay, I want to stop my efforts and create longevity in my income. Why? Because guys, did I mention that the perpetual money machine doesn't have feelings? Did I mention that the perpetual money machine that prints money annually forever doesn't get tired? It doesn't get sick either. Isn't that amazing? That's longevity. With what you're doing right now at the job, is it going to create generational wealth? The crazy thing about the perpetual money machine is it evolves. It doesn't just stay, like think about the Apple products. It started out as an ugly original Apple I product. And now today we've got beautiful iPads. However many generations later, it's not ugly anymore, right? We went from the 5-6 pound phone, I heard, that I never really got to use, right? And now we've got a computer in our hands. It evolved over time. That's what the perpetual money machine does. It evolves, right? So you can assemble it and it will begin to pay you 100 grand a year doing, guess what? Nothing. And it will continue to grow to 200,000 a year and 500,000 a year, generations to come. That's worth prospecting your ass off for. That's worth it. It invokes positive change. Hey, who benefits from this directly? Who could benefit from you earning $300,000 a year? Obviously, your immediate family. But I was watching Madea last night. Madea, what was it? I love Madea movies because I love Tyler Perry, man. Freaking, he's a guru. And Madea and Lelix loves Madea too. So her nephew shows up and she's like, "What you want? I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money." That was the first thing she said. I know it was a joke, but that's literally everybody. Okay, if somebody in need from your extended family was in need, can you write a check? Can you go to your perpetual money machine and write a check? Or do you have to go to your boss and negotiate for that check? Hey, can I get an advance on my next raise, boss? One of my extended family members needs some help. No, it doesn't work that way. Guess what? You don't have to negotiate with the perpetual money machine to invoke positive change when someone's in need from your extended family. Hey, what about the charities that are out there looking for donors? Okay, one of my I heard Shaq say on the Jackie training that colleges are hitting him up to donate money, and I would never do that because that to me just simply doesn't make sense. It might make sense to you, but it would never make sense to me to donate money to an institution that when people go there, they come out earning less than they spent on the product. That is like, you wouldn't invest into a mutual fund for 4 years and have less money than you originally invested and call that a good investment. But people, anyways, that's another training. For the ones that want to donate to institutions, can you write a check? That's invoking positive change. What's another institution? A church. Hey, your church, your pastor might be like on fire. Like my pastor's on fire. We got 2 churches, man. This guy should have freaking 30. You know what that takes? Money. And who can give it to him? I can. You can. That's invoking positive change. Because if I could, I'm not the pastor. I'm not preaching the word. But if I could help create 30 new churches, you know, we can allow the pastor to train more people, to be in more places, and more people hear the word of God. Invoking it all starts with money. And building, and how you earn that money is everything. And then we've got instant gratification, guys. Look, to go back to invoking positive change, I can imagine that Dante Williams feels a lot better off in life for Samir meeting him and offering an opportunity, right? To build a perpetual money machine he could leave and pass down to his family. You know, I mean, like when you offer an opportunity, no, not everyone's gonna like it. No, I'm comfortable with my job. Really? What do you got to show for it for the last couple of years? You guys wouldn't ask that. I would. Like that is what you're doing when you offer the opportunity to invoke positive change and instant gratification. Okay, this is you finding a new recruit that takes you on some appointments. Dude, Jen did 6,000 of production in a week on a 70%, no, an 80% contract. Okay, that pays Jen Lee in a week $5,000 in a week. It didn't take 50, 60, 70 hours of work. I promise you that. And how did she get the 5,000 of cash? Because she got the 6,000 of production. And where did the appointments come from? Prospecting and finding some new talent. That's where it came from. These are the reasons you got to master prospecting and do it a lot. Do a lot of it. What's next? We've got a system like McDonald's. McDonald's has a system, and they are the #1 franchise in the world with 20, no, I think it's like somewhere between 20 to 40,000 locations. It starts by you opening your mouth up to somebody, and that could be through how? Here we go. Face-to-face prospecting, emails, DMs, LinkedIn, text messaging, phone calls, referrals. Okay, that's 6 right there. 6 different ways that you can go out and prospect someone. Face-to-face, emails, DMs, LinkedIn, text messages, phone calls, referrals. That is what you can do. How much of it are you doing on a daily basis? Do you care what people